Hey everyone, Muriel from the Sunshine Family. Today, doing a live video about tourism in Costa Rica and to share some thoughts about, will people still want to travel to Costa Rica after December 1st? This year. Why am I sharing this video? Well, because I receive a lot of questions about it. There is a lot of concerns around me. People who have tourist based companies, they are super, super worried about what will be happening with tourism in Costa Rica. And create some awareness, to share some and also to bring back what happened during the first pandemic, the first lockdown after the pandemic happened, that the borders were closed, and we have seen a lot of um, businesses collapsing, right? So first and foremost, I'm doing this video live because I came up with the idea because I receive a lot of questions, and I'm going to be straightforward. I don't have clear answers, but I love to open the line to create awareness, to make a video about it, so you can start thinking about what will change in your life. Um, if Costa Rica travel and Costa Rica tourism will never be the same after December 1st because COVID vaccinations will be mandatory. That's what the president stated in his press conference recently, and I think it's really, really important to stand in your own shoes while my dogs are. Hey, doggies, come here. What are you doing? Always noisy when I'm making videos. But I think it's really important that when you are running a business based on tourism, that you start to create some awareness what might be consequences for you when tourism pulls back for you, which we saw during the first lockdown. That was extreme. The borders were closed. I have seen businesses collapsing in my town. And I hate to see people's situation collapsing. I think I'm on a very bad. My Wi-Fi. Yes. Can you give me some feedback about if I'm still visible? I swapped from Wi-Fi 1 to Wi-Fi 2. I have a couple here. Anyways, I see some responses. We're going down. Okay, so I'm reading some comments. Yeah, keep the comments coming. Okay, so my mission. Let me just share first. If you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching this in a recording, welcome. My name is Muriel. I moved to Costa Rica since 2018 with my husband and kids. I don't have a tourist based business. I do have my own business, but it's fully online. I'm an entrepreneur. I teach people on how to build a business online using their laptop and smartphone. It's what I've been doing since 2013. I quit my job thanks to it. We exchanged our brick and mortar restaurant businesses, and that's really why I'm able to live here. This is how I make my living. So it is my mission because I can reach more people thanks to my YouTube channel to provide value about Costa Rica living, about everything connected to Costa Rica, and share everything I've learned. Now, this is typically a video where I don't have like specific answers, but I know I can create some awareness because I reach a lot of people. And I want to create awareness that if you have a tourist based business, a lot of things might change because fact is, and I'm just reading some comments, and I'm going to be neutral, right? I'm not speaking against or pro vaccinations. I'm just observing. A lot of people don't want the vaccination, and a lot of people want the vaccination. The fact is that for not vaccinated people, a lot will change in Costa Rica. And I've already, as part of in several Costa Rica community groups, I have seen people sharing that they have prepared for a long time, saving up for travel next year, beginning of December, to come to Costa Rica, and they have canceled their trip. And I'm just thinking, okay, so they canceled their trip So they canceled their reservations in a hotel or Airbnb. They canceled tours. They canceled their visit to Costa Rica, which means that others with tourist based businesses in Costa Rica are not earning on these cancellations. What does that mean to you? Right? Like, how does that change your situation? And not that I want to hear, well, it's terrible. No, I just want to proactively make you aware that this might be the moment to do something that you have control over, because you do not control that the president stated that vaccinations are mandatory, right? So if that means that you're going to receive a lot of cancellations in your tourist based business, I don't think you should panic. And I also will circle back to the group of tourists, how that may be for them, right? So I'm gonna take different angles here, just an open conversation. And so I'm just saying, what we saw happening in Costa Rica with the big lockdown was that a lot of businesses didn't see that coming, because having a successful business based on tourism has been always a fact, since Costa Rica is based on tourists, right? So now with the new changes, how solid is your tourist based business if more than half of the people don't want to come anymore? I don't know the exact numbers of how many people don't want to be vaccinated, but I do know there's a lot of people not planning or willing to do that. So looking at the post in several Facebook groups, seeing, no, I canceled and I'm gonna go somewhere else where vaccination is not mandatory, is kind of in the face, right? So now, of course, you might know that I am an online entrepreneur and I teach people how to build a business from scratch from their laptops, but also how brick and mortar business owners can just leverage systems and tools to do related things, to have related products fitting their niche, but then online. So, for example, a chef in a restaurant can make his money by being a chef in a restaurant. He can have a job, he can have his own restaurant and being a chef, but he can also provide education about food and preparing meals and create a YouTube channel and start a business that way and provide training and PDFs and recipes and sell those to people who are interested in his or her skills as a chef making meals. This is just one example of what I teach people, how I make my living myself. It's not that I make my living with YouTube only. I do earn something because YouTube is rewarding me for my views, but that's not my substantial income. It comes from a lot of different income streams and a lot of people with specific expertise. It could be tourist based businesses. Forget that they don't 100% have to rely on the tourist physically coming into their business to make a living based on tourism, if that makes sense. So basically, I want to create the awareness. If you're 100% relying on tourists coming, prepare. I want to wake you up. This is a wake up call. Prepare for the worst, because I do know that a big, big group in the world are not willing to vaccinate themselves and are more willing to skip their destination coming to Costa Rica, travel to Costa Rica, than to vaccinate themselves, to take the easy road and to not have mandatory travel insurance and all the restrictions. That's the sounds I hear. So don't count on it. I know there's a lot of people thinking, well, now the final group of not vaccinated people must vaccinate themselves because they want to come to Costa Rica, make it easy on themselves. Yes, that's true. I see a lot of travelers in specific Facebook community groups based on Costa Rica, that people are choosing that way. And, again, I leave it open, what's good, what's not good. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just observing. Some people stick out their arm and say, okay, now it's time for me to vaccinate myself because they're making it too hard on myself. I want to come to Costa Rica. I'm going to do it anyways. Give me the shot, right? But there's also tons of people who are not willing to do that. Now, how does that influence your tourist-based business in Costa Rica, right? think out loud. Well, you don't have to think out loud with me, but talk it over with each other, with your co-owners of the business. Like, are you going to sit and wait what's going to happen, or will you be proactively doing something, build a side income online, prepare, share your thoughts. Have you thought about doing something online? No, you don't know. Why not? Well, perhaps it was never a reason for it. I think business owners who survived the first crash in Costa Rica of tourists not coming, they know what I'm talking about. They might just made it, or they made it really well because they have a solid backup. That can be. But no one knows exactly what will happen. Ain't that a fact? There's lots of sounds saying this too shall pass, the vaccination mandate will never stand, and other voices are saying this is the moment that the whole world will be suppressed to be vaccinated. This will happen to everyone. No brainer. And some voices in the middle. I cannot tell you what will happen. I don't even think that governments can say what actually will happen. I do know what they want to happen is that everyone is vaccinating themselves in Costa Rica. And that's why they pulled up this mandatory rule now from starting December 1. So, yeah, if for the tourists, okay, travelers for Costa Rica, your thoughts, I love to hear them below my video. What changes for you, right? Are you stick to your values, like I don't want that shot, I don't do it, I'm going to go elsewhere? Do you need someone to motivate you to stick to your values, or are you just someone who just, yeah, thinks, well, I'm actually glad that this happened because now I have this final push to do it anyways, although I'm scared of not knowing what they put in my body? Just want you to be aware of that there's always a choice, and you will not be the only one who cancels his or her trip to Costa Rica because of values about getting that shot, yes or no. So yeah, I want to highlight it for both groups. And what alternatives do you have? Like, if you planned on coming to Costa Rica, is there a clear alternative, right? Is there something related to Costa Rica that you find somewhere else? I'm looking forward to hearing your ideas, or how you're processing this. Still, everything, and it's also like a rumor in Costa Rica. People who are here for a while have experienced that. New rules in Costa Rica and implementing rules in Costa Rica are two different things. It can be a long period in between. So, what actually will happen after December 1st? I don't know. I do think that they're going to be very strict at the borders, how it's going to be in the local restaurants, in the beach towns. I don't know how strict they will control the rules, to see if people are really, you know, following the mandate rules. I don't know. What do you know? I do know that I don't know, but I do know that you don't control the circumstances, but you do know how to set yourself up for a tourist disaster if your business is based on tourism. So, my call to action is think things over. There's still time. Really make decisions based on your heart, what is best for you in your situation. And you always have a choice. You have a choice to cancel, you have a choice to come and to vaccinate yourself finally, or to definitely not vaccinate yourself because that's just your value. But I think you should take position because a lot will change. That's, I think, for sure. And I think that you can um, take the lead in how you run your business. And if you don't have a business online, you can still start a business online. It sounds perhaps weird if you don't know where to start or how that works, but that is exactly what I'm a professional at. I started my business from scratch, although that was 8 years ago. And starting a brand new business online doesn't require big investments, that you can compare as the investment that we did when Dirk bought his second big restaurants. He had to you had to borrow $300,000 from the bank. You know, everyone can start an online business these days based on affiliate marketing. That is based, well, what affiliate marketing is, let me share that below with you. Just if you are curious, oh, I can share in a nutshell. Affiliate marketing is that you can offer other people's product and you make a commission when someone is buying through your affiliate link. Now, it has nothing to do with pitching friends and family. That's like the business model of affiliate marketing that most people handle, but that's totally not how it should go at all. That's basically showing that people have no clue what they're doing online. That's more pitching and spamming. But if you really want to know how I have built my business from the ground up, starting 8 years ago, it started with affiliate marketing. Not that I say you must do that, but it's just an alternative. There's always choices and a time for things to take things a different to take the lead and doing things differently as you're used to. A lot of people were comfortable for a very very long time, and now with new rules being pulled up, literally like being launched, a lot of people who were comfortable. Perhaps you have a job in tourism and you were comfortable with your amazing job in tourism in Costa Rica, and now facing a lot of cancellations already working in that business. You might want to proactively start making a plan for you, for yourself. Suppose that you don't have that job anymore in a while. Again, I don't want that for you, but I'm just saying, as an entrepreneur, I have always proactively took a lead in my own life. That's also, by the way, why my coaching program online 101 is called Be the Master. You don't own the circumstances, but you can be the master of your own creation of life, which I definitely assure you that's how it is. But a lot of basically we're not taught that on school, so we kept dumb. Most people, well, not we, that's just my point of view. Again, this is a personal video on my own YouTube channel, so I would love to speak out loud this way and to share my thoughts. I'm happy to hear yours as well. um, but I think this is a time while the world is transitioning. While a lot of things are changing, this can bring you different, bring you different opportunities, right? Give you a different position in where you're at in life. You had like a thriving business based on tourism. Awesome. Will it still be thriving after December 1st? Like, did you had an amazing job, but now you're not sure how solid is that job? How solid is the job anyways? But for now, like, have you thought about what you can control? No, it's certainly not your job security. It's certainly not what the president is going to say next week or what rules and regulations are pulled up by governments, right? But what you control is what you decide to learn. If you don't have skills on how to build a business online, this might be the time to learn new skills on how you can automate your business and lift it to an online version. Or, like the example that I gave you at the beginning of a chef working in a restaurant or having his own restaurant. Like, there's other ways to earn your living with your passion or your expertise, but not offline, but online. But yeah, of course, it's not just dropping from the sky like now you know everything. There's a learning curve for things, and that's why I pulled up this video live. Super inspired. I'm an online coach. I just had 2 sessions today with 2 different students from all around the world, learning how to build a business online. It's my passion. It's what I mastered for other reasons back then, which were not ideal because we were losing a restaurant business and we were facing a dark gap, a dark hole, and our business collapsed. So actually, it's kind of the same situation that might be happening to a lot of business owners based on tourism in Costa Rica. And yeah, I want to give you a wake up call. Control what you can do. You don't control the circumstances, control your thoughts and your actions, and allow yourself to learn new skills, or at least give yourself the opportunity to learn whether building an online business or going online and digitalize your existing business might be something for you. This will be a recording shortly after I did a YouTube live here, because this is live. And below the recorded video, which will be show up on my wall, my not my wall, my YouTube channel. You can click on the description below my video, and there's always a world of information, book tips about my coaching programs. Um, Sometimes I refer to articles that I share about news about Costa Rica, but just go to that description and just let your eyes roll over that information to see if there's something that you resonate with, like where to start online. So that might be something for you today or not, but I totally leave that up to you. In any ways, I'm looking forward um, to hearing from you. Oh, and also, I'm because this is a sensitive topic. People who are rude and very, very aggressively responding, I'm gonna ban you and delete you from my channel, because this is not a place to hate. This is a place to share, and yeah, let's respect one another, right? The world is in trend, how do you say that, in transmission, I want to say. There's a lot of things happening in the world, and by hating one another you don't solve anything. So let that be clear. I also shared it in my other video where I announced the press conference of the of the new rule about mandates of the COVID vaccine. So yeah, keep that in mind. So before you're planning on writing something evil down below, that will be the last time you can post something below my videos, because I will ban you because you're not helping anyone with that. So pura vida, thank you for your respect and for watching. And I don't want to cause sleepless nights, but proactive, creative thinking. Okay, bye for now. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family. Take care.